Thank you for joining the PermaEthos Soil Restoration Design course. The course instructor will be Mike Vertrees, who will be joining us here in just a moment. We're excited for this course. It's more than just a course. It's also a consultancy, and Mike will be going through all those details. When I first met Mike, he was applying to become an intern, basically, of one of our farms. And he got the gig, and it just wasn't enough for him. He wanted more. So we're happy to have him on as an instructor at PermaEthos, where he's going to be doing his first course, the Soil Restoration Design course, which is what we're here to do today. So without further ado, let me present to you Mike Vertrees. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, as Josiah said, I went to PermaEthos, or I went out to Elijah Springs. I was mostly into the pigs at that point. I'd started getting into the composting and the hippie voodoo of it all a little bit before I came out there, but I really fell in love with it. Fortunate for me, because we had about 2.5 hours of compost work about every other day. So, you know, I really dove into it head first and just have gone all in for fixing my soil. So I'm going to ask again. I don't know if everybody heard or not, but hopefully everybody got to watch the 3-minute video. There's a 3-minute video and a 30-minute video at the PermaEthos website. If you go to the Learning Center down to the soil restoration class, the top video is a 3-minute, and if you just scroll down, there's a 30-minute video under that. This is really kind of an adjunct, or in addition to that. So there's a lot more information on those 2 videos about what we're doing. I was here hopefully to answer some questions based on those videos. And we're pushing this out, like I said. I'm pretty sure I said it on the podcast, but the way we're doing this in the fall to get everything ready and stored so that we have the benefit of doing this in 2016. If we were to start this in the spring of 2016, you would see some benefit, but you wouldn't really see a lot of the benefit until the 2017 year. So it's real important to get our compost made correctly and get it stored so it has 6 months to increase the diversity of the life, and then have it ready. If we get it stored by October, we got October, November, December, January, February, March. Then in April we have hopefully the perfect compost ready to go out and inoculate the fields just right before the bad pests get a opportunity to get a foothold. So that's the goal of trying to push this out and get it rolling in the fall. Now I wanted to talk briefly about we talked about it's a class and a consultancy. I just want to clarify that a little bit. It's a class because there are actually going to be instructional videos weekly going throughout the next year cycle. But it's more of a consultancy. The reason I say it's consultancy is because I'm going to be interacting with you, working with you on your property, doing the soil samples. We take soil samples from you once a month to judge the progress we're making. And there's not going to be quizzes after the instructions. In a regular class, you pass the quizzes, you pass the final test, and then you get a piece of paper you can print off and hang on your wall. This is the reason this is more a consultancy, is because it's going to be your backyard. That's what's going to be your pass-fail, or the benefit you receive from taking this class is going to be something you can go out and touch and answer for. I'm sure we'll print up a certificate of completion. That I like to get those when I take courses too. But the real benefit's going to be your property, whether you're working in a small garden or a homestead of varying sizes. That's what we're looking for, to share with you. So this isn't a hard, fast, regimented schedule. This is kind of an idea of what we're looking at. We've got the introductions going on now. There's another introduction that'll come available with the course. as first class. The second class is already going to be action oriented and how to make compost, the quick start guide. These classes are set up in a way that we have actionable information when we need it, and then we kind of go back in and fill the holes with some of the more sciencey stuff and some of the theory and a deeper understanding of what we're working with in between all those times. So the second week we're going to be looking at making that. Don't worry about the yellow stuff. That was just a drawn out thing. The microscope slide review and Q&As. We're going to have these every third class. I'm going to pull some samples that you guys send me and show you some of the biology that we're looking at. I'll pull some from mine. I have some slides from the Elijah Springs farm in West Virginia. So we will have 2 classes, and then, of course, the Q&A. You guys email me at the soilsmike4@gmail. Any questions after you've watched the video, and we'll compile those and answer those in the Q&As. Then you can see in the blue, those are regular classes. The making compost extract, that'll be another one that's real action oriented. That's so we can get our first treatments out, hopefully, if the compost has come far enough to inoculate going into the deep of the fall, right before we hit hard winter, hopefully, assuming we get our compost right. But we'll still have the knowledge and be able to put that on anytime the weather's warm. Even through the winter, occasionally we get a warm, sunny day, we can go out and inoculate. There's another slide review. So we're going down, we're talking about all kinds of different things. The role of microbiology, interactions with soil, effects on soil chemistry. So a lot of topics right there. This is an important part. We're shutting down November 15th through February 28th. The compost, while it increases in diversity, it slows down a lot. So there's not going to be much for us to do, or a reason for us to be taking the soil samples. What we need to do is have our compost stored properly by November 15th. We'll have our results back from the test. Now, some people will still send that. We're going to be dividing the class by 4, so you may be sending your soil sample week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4 of the month. You can either send it in early or send it in November. We'll still do that, so you can send it in early, like I said, and then we'll go on and work through that stuff. Probably won't do much work on Thanksgiving, but just get it to us either early or on time in the month of November, and we'll handle it. And February 28th, that's when we're coming off. Actually, so March is when we'll start getting the prep work ready. We'll start checking our compost. So during that time, while we're not doing soil samples or much of anything, only thing you really got to do is go out and check that the conditions of your compost haven't changed, and you'll learn about all that stuff well in time. So then we scroll on through all the different subjects we're going to talk about. Why I say it's not a real hard, fast schedule is because since it's a consultancy, it may prove that we blow through some subjects faster than others, and we need to go more in depth in different subjects. So right here at the end, you'll see March 13th. I'm sorry, April 3rd. No. Okay. How about May 1st through June 30th? I've just left open as microscope slide review and Q&As. We can put any topics we want to in there.
See here.
To adjunct earlier information that we want to go deeper into, or if we're just blowing through it all, we've got Q&As going on through that anyway. And then after June 30th was the bonus courses, which was a microscope workshop and a vermicomposting workshop. A lot of people, once you start seeing all the slides as we go through, some people are going to really be all about the microscope and love it and want to get a microscope and all that fantastic stuff, and I hope you do, and I hope that's great. And some people are going to figure out that maybe I don't want to spend $350 on a microscope and $150 on a case for it for something I'm only going to use twice a year, or I'm just not that hip to work with a microscope that much. So either way, if the microscope workshop is there for everybody who wants to do the microscope work, and and then the vermicomposting workshop, that's a big part of this because we're working we're working to not need mountains and mountains of compost year after year after year. We get our biology right in the soil, then we're going to be able to just really look towards more composting and vermicomposting to dispose of the wastes our properties generate. We're not going to have to be worrying about how we're going to, bring all this input in, or how are we going to create all these carbon and all these different things that we need to create this, all this compost that we think we need. So that's pretty much the class schedule, in a nutshell. So if you sign up for the course, the first thing you need to do is send me an email. Now, not like in the next 5 minutes, unless you have this information, but I'll need an email to start a file for you. That includes your name, city, state, and USDA zone. The pictures of the area you want to focus on, general and close up. Now you can work a 4x8 garden bed or a 100-acre pasture, but we're going to have to pick a type of area to work. So you can. What I mean by that is we can do garden beds, or we can do pasture, or we can do lawn, or we can do forest. But we can't make one compost pile that's designed to work on a garden bed and in the forest, and in a pasture. There's gonna be different tweaks, different biology or successional bar. Actually, the pasture and garden bed are pretty close. That's a bad example, but so we're gonna teach you how to do all this stuff for one zone of your property or one type of function on your property, and then you'll be able to move forward with this information. You could do it concurrently. But we can't do soil samples for 5 different types of things you want to do on your lawn, or on your property in 1 year. So we're just going to pick one that we'll do the samples with, and you get the pictures of the area and a brief description. You can get as thorough as you want, but basically we need to know what the area you're wanting to fix looks like right now, and what do you want it to look like when you're finished. When you've got it focus down to what it is you really want it to be doing for you. Those be monthly samples that you send in, and other data that we'll ask to collect along the way, information about what's going on with your compost and all that stuff. That we're compiling a portfolio for you with all the information we come up with and pictures of the microbiology and everything, to present you with a really solid portfolio, I guess, of your property in a year, or we collect all kinds of data that'll hopefully be help you, that'll help inform you into what it is you're wanting to do, and getting you to that Eden-like garden or Eden-like piece of land much quicker. So then I want to show you this. Let me make sure I get it. This is my apple core. I had a picture of it, but that may just be better. This was like $8 or $9, and this is what we need to. It's not that big. It's I've got it real close to the camera. So this is what we need to take our sample with, and you should be able to find these. I couldn't find them at like Walmart, but they're available. I know they're on Amazon. I have an A-store page I can show you where you can see what that looks like, or you can go to Amazon and just type in apple core. You'll find it. It's like $8.99, $9. So you're going to go out and pick the area you want to work with, and take your apple core and try to get about a 3-inch plug of soil, which is, I guess, about to right here. And now you can do a couple of things. If you can take a couple of different plugs from that area that you're wanting to focus on, and then mix them all up. But we need a teaspoon of your, or you can just pull one the first time and get a basic idea. You mix that up and get a teaspoon of it, and put it in just a regular sandwich bag, like I have here. Nothing special. Doesn't need to be Ziplocked or anything. Probably better not. Just put your sample in the bag, and then roll it up loosely. And then you're gonna mail these to us. So we need, kind of to help keeping it safe or whatever, we need to get index cards. So I'm gonna put it between 2 index cards, and on one index card, let's see if I can get this up here and read it. I'll just need your name, your ID, and whether it is a soil sample or a compost sample. There'll be different times when we'll talk about that. The first one will obviously just be a soil sample. But the ID number, now where do you get that? Well, when we get everybody sign up, we're going to have everybody basically just send in your first soil sample as soon as you get signed up, as soon as you get your sample, and you can get it to us. This will be for the September sample. And then we're going to crank through those as fast as we can. And basically, it's going to be first come, first serve. When we open up the sample, we'll assign the number, and then we'll send you the results of that sample and your ID number that you use moving forward. Then we're just going to have, that ID number to identify your file, so we can, compile all of your information in one place in a, much easier format. So once you get the soil sample between two cards, just it doesn't even need to be like a heaping teaspoonful. I haven't mailed one of these yet, so if we can get it down to just one postage stamp, that'd be great. But just a little bit of soil, just that's all we really need. And then just put it in a regular business envelope and mail it to us. And then once we have the numbers, once we send you back your number, it'll be a 3-digit number. It'll be 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s. If you're a 1, you'll send your samples in week 1 of the month, and if you're a 4, you'll send your samples in week 4 of the month. So that's a lot of the technical stuff that wasn't answered during the 3-minute video and the 30-minute video. I think this is we wanted to open it up to questions, right?
Yeah, we can go ahead and open it up to questions.
Yeah, Shango asks, it says they haven't watched the 30-minute video and asks if it's on the Perma Ethos website. Can you do a screen share maybe and take them to the website and show them where they need to go to see these videos?
Yeah, absolutely. Get it up here. Okay, so we're here at the learn.permaethos.com. This is the learning center of Perma Ethos, where all of our online courses are. If you look here, the first one is Soil Restoration Design Course. If you don't see that when you come, you can click on the Courses button here on the left. But if we go into Soil Restoration Design Course, you're going to see here's the first 3-minute introduction video, nice and quick. And then we also have the extended 30-minute video. And then right here is where you'll also be able to pay for the course. It'll be released on Saturday, August 29th. And if you scroll down, you can get all the information about the course outline, and a look at the first 2 lessons that are in there right now. You won't be able to watch those until you're signed up for the course, but they are there. The free videos, though, are these 2 right on top, the 30-minute introduction and the 3-minute quick introduction. So by all means, please head on over there and give those a watch. And yes, there will be a payment plan available on the release date. And also there's going to be MSB discount and a even better founders discount. And you'll get those, the founders will get those in an email. And in fact, if you're logged in as your founder, you'll get it as soon as you go to the page. You'll see the founders member discount right on the page, right in front of you.
Yeah, well, there is going to be a second round, but it'll be next fall. We're teaching this single. That's part of the consultancy thing. It's not just a bunch of videos you can watch. It's interactive. For me to take soil samples, it needs to be seasonally correct. So if all goes well, anyway, if we do it again, it'll be next fall, and hope, the fall after that. But this is we're working from early fall until early. Actually, we'll be wrapping up in the midsummer, but I think we're gonna, and so then we'll start again in September of the next year. So I'll just show you this is all on the video, but I'll just go on and run through it while we're here. Anybody has any questions, pop them up and just back and watch for them and take notes while I do this. This is what I'm actually being trained for, is to go out and work with big commercial properties. And generally we're looking at $100 an hour, 40-hour weeks, plus travel. The client buys the microscope, which a lot of you I think are wanting to do anyway, miscellaneous tools. So she's got me set up to be about a $6,000 a week consultant. And, of course, that prices me out of the market. I know it prices a lot of the TSPers. So what, if I can move this. what we're doing is we started a project. We originally wanted to take just a few clients. The owners wanted me to push it up, so we got it up to about 400 possible slots. So we're going for a 400 Edens in 2016 project, but that's the consultancy plan is online. So we've got the 26 weeks of training videos, and there'll be some PDF handouts when necessary that go, along with that in the mail. The soil and compost samples analysis. What these letters are out here is we have September, October, November, and then the winter break, and then we have March, April, May, June, and July is where we're doing the samples, the soil samples for that. We're putting the detailed review and report of your property that's built over the course of the whole thing. And then we have a private Facebook group, and as well as the email for constant contact so that we can all help. Just like in the PDCs we took, like the Jeff Lawton one especially, students were in there talking with each other and working with each other, plus the microscope workshop and the worm composting workshop. So that's about $4,700. Because there's no travel, but we're retailing this for $1,500 to the general public. TSP members are getting it for $1,250. We're taking $250 off for that, and then our founders and Class 01 members, we're offering this program for $1,000. And as Josiah said, there's also a payment plan associated with that. Now I'm not sure what he's doing about this. This was what we originally talked about. I don't know where we ended on this, but it was. Founding members in Class 01 can start signing up August 29th, if this is still true or if he's just opening it up. But these will be the dates if it runs like that, or if it just opens to the general public, then it'd be $1,000 for founding members in Class 01, $1,250 for TSP members, and of course anybody can join the TSP for a year for $50. So that should be everybody in those two, wouldn't you say, Josiah?
Yeah, that'll be everybody. Everybody will be able to get in that. And then as far as the payment plan goes, it's $500 for the first payment, and then $250 every month after that. And then, of course, if you're an MSB or TSP member, TSP MSB member or one of the founders, you will be provided with a discount code, and you just enter that into checkout. It also works with the payment plans. I think that's going to do it for now. That's the course. Please, once again, watch the 3-minute video. Watch the 30-minute video for more details. And but you do have direct access to Mike throughout the entire time you're doing the course, where you can ask questions and you can converse with the other students taking the course as well. But I'm really excited for the course, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the course.
Take care, everybody.